We're here at the PGL Copenhagen Major. It's the opening stage and I've got Ence's gla1ve with me. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. Doing good.
Now, I want to look at one thing here. We go from an intense but successful RMR to then an early elimination in the Dallas qualifier, losing out to Bait. And I want to feel, we kind of get a temperature check on what that does for where you feel you're at coming into this event.
I actually think we didn't lose too much confidence with these kind of games. We were trying some different things out that we wanted to know before the major, not only in-game but also out of the game, how to prep and stuff like this. So we kind of took it as a tournament where we could try some things out, and I feel like our confidence didn't really take a hit, and now we are just looking forward to come play the major.
Now, interesting, you say you wanted to try and use that event as like some testing ground to try things out. So obviously the major is always the main focus, but how much do you feel like you've been able to learn during this period then to improve? Because it's still such a young team and a way of playing for you guys.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think you learn a lot from official games, because this is where people is trying to adapt a lot. You're seeing different patterns from your tactics. You are reviewing your own games more than you do in practice. So in general, I think we're learning a lot from all these official games, and I think you see it also like on a team like Metisport. They're playing so much official games, and they're kind of evolving, getting better game by game. Maybe they had some off days as well because they're playing too much and stuff like this. But you know, I think official games is really important.
And in terms of what I hear in a lot of interviews, and this is what I'm just going to quote you here, is like that you're willing to change a lot. You're willing to have a different approach for how you're doing things in Ents compared to other teams. Is that something hard for you to go through, to change something that you've had a working, successful formula for a very long time, but now you're having to be like, okay, no, we need to kind of sacrifice this, do a bit of what they want?
Yes, I mean, I think I kind of recognized that I needed to change a bit of my play style and my thinking of the game, and making more new, I would say, and not only trying to do as everyone else, but also try to do something that the other guys are not thinking about, to kind of try to get ahead of some of the best teams. So that's what we are trying, and of course it's tough because you have to use a lot of brain. It takes a lot of brain power, but I think we're doing good. We're talking a lot about the game, seeing how we can exploit different things in the game, and also we're working really hard outside the game as well.
Now, looking at two players in particular, we got Hades and Kyla, and I feel like at the moment you're getting a lot out of these two players. Are you surprised? Have you been more impressed than what you expected coming into it? Because obviously they're not, maybe Hades is a bit more known, but Kyla, for example, was not one of the most worldwide known names.
Yeah, I knew Kyla was really good because I've been playing a bit against him when I was in Astralis, and also just seeing his games. So I knew he was really good, really talented. But actually I'm kind of surprised by all the 9 guys, I would say, because I think they're doing better than what I expected when I came into the team, and they are learning fast and wanting to learn a lot, and that is really important to me.
Is that quite refreshing for you to have like such young, hungry players around you again? Yeah,
I would say so. It's really good. I mean, we had some young players in Astralis as well, but being here in Ents, it feels like it's something different. I can feel like there's not the same amount of pressure on the young players that there was in Astralis. Like, if you were a young player coming into Astralis, it was perform or maybe see you later.
Yeah, a little bit more cutthroat for sure.
Yeah,
it's probably a nicer environment for you right now. Last question I got to ask though. It's the first major we get in Copenhagen. What does that mean for you, and do you have some extra like feeling behind it? You've won majors, you've been to so many of them, but does it change anything being here?
I mean, of course, I really want to go to the arena, right? Yeah. And the first step is to go to the next stage of the major. So we will do everything we can to just take one game at a time, but be really focused and put everything aside and just focus on the game.
That's what it's all about. Thank you very much, gla1ve.
Thank you.